I do. The first public comment this evening is Jason Moore.
Thank you.
Jason Moore, Linwood. 3 things. First, we are inviting and reminding other parents and the community members to consider running for the school board director positions for next fall, 2025. The deadline for registering is May 2025. We need desperately diversity of thoughts and opinions on this board. Currently, what we are dealing with is like a Borg hive mind who are all in agreement about everything, never vote no on anything, never discuss any agenda items in a public meeting, and act as a unanimous rubber stamp for all of the wishes and agendas of Mrs. Minor, the superintendent, and her staff. This is apparent on the selection of the newest board member. You guys had a chance to show the public that you're willing to, look at other opinions and have other thoughts on this board. Well, apparently not. Second, with the rise in violence and assaults in the schools in the district and lack of transparency regarding them, we recommend the board create a plan on how to reinstate the school resource officers, SROs, to help make our schools safer for our students and the district staff. Third, our Creator God created males and females. This is basic biology. Children are born as boys or girls. There is no changing those scientific facts. To believe or suggest otherwise is unscientific and a lie. Gender confusion or dysphoria was considered a mental illness until recent years and should be diagnosed and treated accordingly. Schools have no business encouraging, supporting, suggesting, or teaching harmful transsexual propaganda or lies to our innocent children. Sex choices on who children would choose to have sex with or what to have sex with are not proper subjects to be taught in schools. I cannot believe I even have to state that, but here I am. In the future, mankind will look back at this time in history in horror, comprehending all of the misery and destruction and death this deception and lie has caused our children. Therefore, we beg and plead in front of this school board, join us on the right side of history. See this vile destruction of our innocent children for what it is, evil, and ban it from every part of the district now.
Next is Catherine Ward.
Good evening, Catherine Ward, Edmonds. So it's the beginning of a new school year. It's a fresh start, new opportunities, and it's a chance to look back at things that haven't been working and to make changes. Last school year, we learned at one of the board meetings by a grandmother who made a public comment that her granddaughter had been beaten up in the bathroom. At that same meeting, we learned from the comments made by one of the student advisors that there had been another assault at a different school where a girl was beaten up in the bathroom. How many more were there that the public doesn't know about? We have so many unanswered questions. Are those victims okay? Are they still enrolled in school? What were the consequences for the perpetrators? What extra safety measures has the district taken to ensure this doesn't happen again? At one point in the 22-23 school year, the point was made that the district chose to discontinue the SROs. And I'm not sure if it's based on budget, but I do specifically recall comments that the students of color weren't comfortable with them. Why weren't they comfortable with them? If you're not doing anything wrong, there's no reason for you to be in any kind of trouble. I've heard from parents that their children don't drink any liquid during the day, so they won't have to go to the bathrooms because they're afraid of what might happen to them when they go in there. What do you say to those parents? How are you keeping their kids safe? These kids are getting more and more violent. They're coming from households where they're really not parented. They're exposed to more and more violence on TV and movies, video games, and the internet from very young ages when their minds are still developing. They're allowed to do what they want. They're coming into the schools thinking they can do whatever they want and there are no consequences. This is not the school's fault, but it is your problem. You can't risk the safety of all for the feelings of a few. You need to bring back SROs, and you need to put in extra safety and security measures to keep all students safe.